What's up, everybody? I'm Shade. Welcome back to my Ultimate Team episode 4. And I know I've been rather inconsistent with my uploading lately, and there's a reason for that. I've just been really busy in real life. Even now, I've had like a long day. I'm sore, I'm tired, and I've got a little bit of a sunburn going on. So you can tell that I've had an awesome day. But let's get into the gameplay. We start off by buying Armero to replace what's his name, Gervinho on the left mid, because his strength does let him down. And we also replaced Niang with Cuadrado, because Niang, I was just expecting a lot more out of him, but in the end he's just a 75 rated gold, non-rare gold, which wasn't that impressive in the end. And we also buy Giovinco. The first initial plan for Giovinco was that he would replace Kaká when Kaká is fatigued. However, Giovinco turned out to be a lot more than just a substitute, so let's just get into the games. First opponent, he had a Russian League team. He had Sisse up front and a few other players that I just don't really know. I'm sorry for my ignorance, but I just don't really know the Russian League. All I know is that this guy was a decent player, and the Russian League is a very strong side. And Nocerino there with the shot. When you usually get the ball like that, you tend to like overplay it and get inside the box and just try to get a goal. But for some reason, something was telling me to just take the shot outside the box. And this is Ultimate Team, so that is very likely. And Nocerino, I've said this before, but he's proven to be such a good player for me. He's a 78, if I'm not mistaken, a non-rare gold, and he's just very good. And did you see that? Armero got the ball, chest control, and then he lost it, and he didn't even think about trying to get it back for some reason, and I just knew that would result to a goal, because that is scripting at its finest. That is where it's most obvious, because if something little like that doesn't go your way, you should know, at least, not always, but you should know that something is being plotted against you. So that's what it was. Scripting is still in the game, but I'm not complaining because it's a lot less transparent than last year. And I had another shot there, and he managed to clear it, though. Ibarbo back to Giovinco. Giovinco inside the box, and Giovinco puts it in his debut. This guy is proven to be very good, and it's no surprise, really, because and I've said this many times before, in the 4-2-3-1, the right one with right mid and left mid anyway, that finally they got it right this year. But in the 4-2-3-1, the cam is your most important player at all times. He gets the most out of the ball. Ibarbo hits the poster, and then the rebound doesn't come to my player. But I was saying the cam is the most important, so you really need a talented player that can both shoot and pass, as Pogba gets his first goal for my club, I'm pretty sure, with an absolute demon, beast of, I don't know why I said demon, but beast of a header there. And Pogba is such a guy. But what was I saying though? Yeah, the cam, you need somebody really talented, so I had Kaká for that spot. But Giovinco, I love Giovinco. I played with him from FIFA 12 when he was a 5-star skiller to FIFA 13 when his skills were first nerfed. But yeah, that match finishes 3-2-1. We win, and we are securely promoted to Division 9. We only need one more win. We are almost promoted to Division 9. We only need one more win to do that. And we buy Cáceres, who was a wing back last year, but now he's just a fast center back. We also bought Marchetti because our non-rare goalkeeper had run out of contract, so we just discarded him. And this is the next opponent. This is where something interesting happens. So he had a Serie A squad. It wasn't that bad. He had Callejon in the midfield, which I thought was pretty cheap, because he's thinking that pace is everything, which this year is very not true. Very not true. He had Gervinho though. So that's the one thing I noticed about this match. The second thing I noticed about this match, that it was pretty laggy, and that kind of bothered me, because usually players that are laggy, they're used to that lag. You are not, because you don't have shitty internet. So usually you are on the receiving end of that. However, another thing I noticed about this guy, other than his 91 chemistry, which is fairly odd, I also noticed that his players were on, sorry, I just got a comment, that his players were pretty low on fitness. So that only means one thing. Probably a noob. He wasn't that bad of a player though. However, having said that, Giovinco just scored another for me, and he does the moonwalk like a boss, because I just scored, and that was a pretty good goal. It was a very even match. As I was saying, he was probably a noob at Ultimate Team. However, he was not a bad FIFA player. up until that point anyway. Abate heads it back to Ibarbo. Ibarbo finishes it with a style, and then I do the signature finisher, a celebration I should say, just for the heck of it. And so 2-0 at this point. I was thinking just to try to get another one because this guy is actually decent. Jovinko gets another goal for this match and the third goal for the club with a really good volley. Halftime stats show an absolute domination. Look at that. Those stats usually you only see at the end of a game when you absolutely dominate the guy, let alone when it's just halftime. Look at the Cuadrado here, dribbles past one, past two, and then finishes it on himself. Cuadrado, I do tell him to calm down, but Cuadrado isn't really a finisher. He's really pacey. He has 93 pace, and he's really a really good passer. Pogba gets the ball here, takes a shot from outside the box, finishes it in style. I was going to talk about Cuadrado because last episode, however, after I scored here, he paused it, and I was gonna be like, certainly my first quitter of Ultimate Team. But however, he just substitutes a player that was low on fitness, and then passes me the ball, and I score again with Ibarbo like a boss, like a dig rather. But and then after this goal, what does he do? He pauses again. I'm like, surely this time it's going to be a quit, right? Wrong. He just keeps on playing. Respect for that guy. I never quit anyway, but still respect because a lot of people do. He just sliding all over the place, but he did stay in the game. However, I was going to say that I did get Cuadrado in the right mid. Somebody on last episode, he was recommending me Biabiani, and Biabiani last year was all about pace. He was just pace. This year he has 65 strength, which is more than Cuadrado. He has decent passing, especially if you put a passing chemistry style on him. And he's pretty, I think he's decent at dribbling. Don't quote me on that one, but I think he's like in the 80s anyway. So I didn't get Biabiani though. I did plan to, but Cuadrado just I wanted to try him as well because I've never tried him. I tried Biabiani last year in FIFA 13, and he was just pace. He couldn't shoot, he couldn't pass for shit. But Cuadrado I never tried, and I really wanted to see what he's all about, and he's so much impressed me. His dribbling is out of this world. It's one of the probably a top 5 in the game. And I've never played with like Messi and stuff, but I'm saying like in the head-to-head seasons, Cuadrado, if his dribbling does the same, he's really good. So anyway, that to that viewer, I'm just saying that's why I bought Cuadrado and not Biabiani. I'm not saying I won't try Biabiani in the future. Maybe I will, but that's been this episode. We win that match 7-0. That guy, he was laggy. He was probably new at Ultimate Team. He wasn't a bad FIFA player, and all credit to him for actually sticking around and not quitting that match though. And I'm really tired. I'm gonna go get something to eat. In the meantime though, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Leave it a like if you did. I've been Shay. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.